and I really hope that the team that will be built after this election will be working in concert, and that there will be some great results out of it. The main thing I would say for this Congress is to finite the roles of different ministers and set the agenda so that we basically get ready for the launch of Liberland Merit. I would say those are that's the main topic, and of course help with diplomatic recognition, help with fundraising efforts, etc. So thanks a lot, everybody. If you can unmute everybody for now, and let's try to have a small structured debate. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but not having any sort of interaction would, I think, be sad. I'm not sure also how many candidates could stay with us this long.
I see Frode is unmuted, and so is Mirek, if they would like to.
Yeah, and if we can try to unmute the others, if they're still with us, it would be great.
Yeah, DJ, Gregor.
Yeah, Mirek, I know that you've got potentially some issues, but are you planning to come back physically if you will be on the Congress, or you're not planning to come back to the region?
Of course, we are planning to come back with Veronica.
Okay.
They were actually told that by the Croatian government that they can. The question is how much of that is true.
Yeah, but it's Veronica received the response. I didn't personally yet. Still waiting for it.
That's very strange.
Okay. Received the response from who?
Croatian government, Ministry of Interior.
Well, then I wouldn't be 100% sure about Mirek then.
Yeah, because silence isn't good. If
but you address somebody personally address somebody in the Ministry of Interior and ask them the direct question.
Official request, they have to answer, and they did to Veronica.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They can be in the ARC, and then Veronica can have permission.
The DJ?
Yeah, no, I'm just pitching in that Veronica actually acts like one person, so they can stay at ARC. If Mirek is in trouble and Veronica isn't,
we don't hear you anyway. And then I don't think there is somebody chatting that they cannot remove you access from Croatia. They can. I think even if you have some property, that's not a big deal. We've got our former Minister of Interior, Dennis Pierce, also lost the access for quite a few years to Croatia. But I think that's normal, and we need to just have hundreds of people probably, and ultimately having that, and it's going to be a nice group, people that will get special reward from Liberland government for getting this award from Croatia as well. Anyway, what do we have? A couple more people unmuted and ready to have some dialogue before we conclude?
Frode was waiting there. Frode.
I'm here too.
We are speaking about having an address in Croatia. I do have a registered company in Croatia with an address attached to that on the island of Brač outside of Split. Maybe that would be a factor that would be making it harder for them to chase me out of the country. I don't know.
Yeah, but the national security kind of trumps everything, and they're actually breaking the law, and they know it. So it's just government overreach, nothing more. So you can't really assume that they will. Oh well, here's an address. We have to go slowly on that one. No, they're just breaking the law. Just like whenever they're doing anything in Liberland.
But it's also really possible to be in nearby Liberland and be supported without ever interacting with police. Like the easiest way into Liberland is monitored by the police, and then they will ID check you and everything. But that's not nearly the only way. Every time I attempted to go to Liberland without police checks, I succeeded, and everyone I know that's tried it succeeded.
Yeah, you know how to get yourself unbannable? Easy. Well, you have to have otherwise an unaccompanied minor in Croatia that they will not ban. I'm quite sure of that.
Yeah, well, that's a little bit difficult to organize. Anyway,
but
Sorry.
Hey, Jillian, are you running as well?
Do you know something? I am. I've been absent from Liberland the last 6 months. My mum died and she was sick, and then I was moving house, so I had a lot of personal things that I just took up my time. But I would love to run for Liberland. I mean, I was there in 2019, as you know, the Burning Man Festival, the Floating Man Festival, my goodness. And I would love to. I'm in East Rome at the moment, so I'm very unprepared. But I'm big into Web3, big into a country that is formed without violence and bloodshed. That to me is like, wow, what an amazing place. So I would love to be involved. And apologies for being late and having no policies per se, just a willingness to be here and to serve.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Gillian.
you.
I really appreciate it. It would be lovely to have a woman on the cabinet.
Would be so happy.
And,
I do. I just
especially somebody like you, especially, of course, your outreach in the PR is very much appreciated, especially in the blockchain world. And you have also met everybody in the space.
yeah.
So
I would love to. I would like. Do you know something? Say I've been gone for 6 months, and just I have to say with my mum in particular. So that's why I was gone. But boys, oh boys, would this would be so exciting. I would love to be involved again, and it's such an amazing thing, and to represent women too as well. We need more women, of course, in this space and Web3, and I would love to. So thank you so much.
Thanks for saving the day, Gillian.
I'm delighted to be here. You have no idea how happy this makes me.
Yeah, great.
Hello, everyone. I just wrote a question in the chat, and I hope you will read it and answer it. Hey, guys.
Hi, Matthias.
Okay, my personal priority is to stop spending money on things that have a 100% chance of failure. I cannot tell you, yes, we need to spend 10% on diplomacy, 5% on Croatia, 20% on settlement, blah, blah, blah. We'll try to...
Hey, DJ, just a heads up, your microphone volume is very low. It's kind of hard to hear you.
Again? Sorry.
There we go.
I think we heard you, Dorian. I heard you actually quite okay, but of course, the main thing which I'm trying to explain in general is that basically, in order to have a case with Croatia, we need to have some sort of conflict in order to be able to fight for our rights. So the degree to which
in any case, this is done now. We have this, so we can stop.
I'm quite happy at this stage, but you have to understand the big picture behind what is happening as well. So that's done, and it's time to recuperate and focus, I would say, on the developing things around Liberland and making sure that the diplomatic relations are going to be on the next level with both Croatia, Serbia, as well as with the rest of the world. That's why I'm so excited that we have Justin Sun with us, because he has been a diplomat, I think now for 3-4 countries in his life. He's been also permanent representative to a World Trade Organization, so he's also familiar with UN, and of course he's got a different capacity to represent us than many other people. I'm also hoping that Tariq Abbasi will be running for Congress, because he is also representative of British King, which is quite a proposition. And I also opened up a very nice dialogue with the permanent representative or permanent ambassador, global ambassador of Commonwealth, that is also very close to us, I would say now. So there are 3 big players that can move a lot of things forward now, closely associated with Liberland, and we need to properly finish all the cases, like the Finger case, which is going to the Constitutional Court. That's really exciting. And like the fact that not a single fine that they given us inside of Liberland, outside of Finger case, has made it to the court, basically confirming the fact that was stated by both prosecutor as well as the court, that Liberland is not under Croatian jurisdiction. So we just need to follow up on these things properly, file all the damages, make a little bit bigger fuss in the media out of it. Of course, not lose the momentum internally, but basically point out to the fact that whatever Croatia is doing inside of Liberland is wrong, and that the damage that they've created already is not a small one, and that they're breaking their own laws, as that they're not behaving in a civilized manner. And of course, come up with the new ways how to settle Liberland and make it fun, make a big reality TV show out of the whole thing. And I think this will be really the next thing next spring. I hope we will get to that stage that basically we will have permanent documentary teams with permanent hardcore settlers that are going to make it reality, and that we will already have a decent legal backing so that Croatia will not be able to do whatever they want because they will feel internal and external pressure. So,
Guys,
out of these-
can I get some answers from other than Dorian of the candidates? Because I think this is very relevant. Like what people, because that's what you guys are going to talk about and spend the money on it. This is what matters, right? Like, what are your priorities? That's what I want to know.
Okay, so basically my priority is kind of aligned with Dorian in that rational spending and cutting spending. What I said, also, I believe that we should have a settlement, that it's not hopeless. So, but we should have a well-organized one with like well-paid people who have contracts, and it's all legal in Croatia, as if it was Croatia, because they will work through Croatia, and the police and other organs will, of course, not make it easier for us. So we have to make it easier for ourselves. Then we should make budgets. We should make sure that everybody has contracts, even in like back offices, and that there are right people. Like, I am into the day-to-day business because I think we need to have that in line. And then we can go ideology, we can go laws, we can go all the way. I would not go judiciary first. I would first really go this executive part. Does this answer your question, Matthias?
Yeah. And other guys, any other candidates have any priorities they want to say? Because I think that's what matters.
My name is
No,
Michael.
Matthias.
Go ahead.
Matthias, Denmark, Norway calling. Do you hear me?
My name is Michael Proper.
Yeah.
I've actually served on multiple different foundation boards, including Intermountain Healthcare Board, which is a foundation, Utah Valley University Board, which is a foundation, as well as different countries advising. And some of the things that I've done around fiscal policy and usage of funds when foundations have assets is investing those assets into physical assets that can actually get a return. For instance, on the Utah Valley University Foundation Board, we spent $20 million that was reviewed, contemplated, calculated, and approved. And that $20 million turned into over $180 million within less than a decade. That's an example of usage of funds. I believe that governments should serve the people and not necessarily a welfare-based system. I believe that resources are sacred and should be the individuals associated with the responsibility to govern those from a fiduciary stability should treat it as a very sacred responsibility and use of funds. And I really believe that frivolous spending that doesn't have assets to back it, that doesn't have something in the future, especially as we're traversing the fiat world to the digital world and the new financial systems, being able to have prudent financial guidance is really important. So some of the history that I've been able to be associated with in the past, I believe that there's some fortitude and guidance that can help there. And, again, as an individual, it's not something that I needed any kind of personal. I see so many folks, especially in the United States, where they get into Congress and the next thing you know, they're wealthy for life. And I think it should be just the opposite. These are people that you want that are candidates that don't come with a hand open for something, but to give and to add value without expecting, and then hopefully leave it better rapidly, not stick around for a long time, but that would be my response to your particular question around how money should be spent.
Thank you, Michael. On behalf of Matthias, I know he wants to hear from
Yeah.
some other.
Thanks, man.
I think Frode was about to go.
Yeah, I'm sorry I spoke at the same time as Michael. Sorry, Michael.
You're good, bud.
Another thing that we need to do is to do a solid effort and maybe do some absolutely do some brainwashing towards having more updated marketing material and marketing efforts to create more attention around Liberland. We need to go into the field with renewed energy and attract a lot of people around the world. I'm 100% sure that they are there looking for us. And of course, on the diplomatic side, we need to have more support from states and countries that can make it harder for Zagreb to give us a hard time in Liberland physically. So yes, we are building a country. We are going to have the documentaries. It's a very good idea as well, but we'll need to have something more back in our backs as we are re-entering Liberland physically.
Can I add something to that? So one thing regarding diplomacy, considering Croatia, I think one mistake we are doing is we are talking with the people who are currently in government, and they have a lot of other things on their mind, and we're just like a wild idea to them. I think we should switch a little bit, and something that I've personally seen had a lot of goodwill is to approach political parties directly. So every Western country has multiple political parties, and what we are doing right now is we are kind of chasing the president of the country, but next year there will be some other president. And it is much easier, and I think a much better return on investment if we're just a little bit patient, is to build a relationship with the middle managers of political parties, build relationships with them, and then as the normal political process plays out, sometimes they will be in power, sometimes they will not be. For example, I personally have a good relationship with a person just below the Minister of Investment of Croatia, and these are the type of people that we can approach really cheaply, and they can give us their time. We can build relationships with them, like the people who are second in command or stuff like that. Not the people who are immediately right now in power and thinking of just the next re-election.
Agreed with that. This is what I meant also, by the diplomacy, by the way through Zagreb to Liberland. There's the officials are actually the ones who suggest the policy, right? And the politicians then say yes or no. But the officials are easier to approach, and we should just have friendly chats with a couple of them, and they will influence their ministers, especially the likes of advisors or deputies. It shouldn't be the lower ones. The lower ones, that would also kind of be out of order for them, so they will not want to do it, and we should not want to make them do it. But the deputy ministers and the advisors are actually there for that. They're actually there to give ideas. So let them give ideas. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree.
So Adam, shall we do anything more, or is it time?
We have a lot of Zoom warriors with us here today. I think that's sufficient for now. I believe there's a Signal chat that people can go to if they have follow-up or questions today. Michael, is that correct?
Dorian, can you give the people the right Signal chat? I don't think I am the one with Congress audience hall, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Or do we
actually the one that is public is the Telegram chat.
Okay, then that.
Okay. If somebody has a link to that or a way to join it, that would be awesome. But for all 49 tuned in right now, we appreciate your dedication here today on the Liberland congressional debate and election. Michael, what's the deadline for votes to be cast?
Well, Sunday morning, which is like 3 hours from now.
There we go. So hurry up and vote. I never thought that I would say those words, but hurry up and vote, guys. Only for Liberland.
For Liberland, yeah. Also, don't vote normally.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you with our new congressman soon. Thank you.